Attitude is how one behaves towards somebody or something. It is one's personal view, opinion, or judgment. It is also described it also describes one's general emotional approach towards a person or situation. Respected principal, teachers, and dear friends, I take this opportunity to thank you all for this chance to speak to you today. Today, I am going to speak to you about attitude. Often we have heard people talking about right attitude and the wrong attitude. Attitude is defined as one's feelings or mood toward things, circumstances, or people. Everyone is made up of various physical, vital, and mental parts. Everyone is having a physical body and its organs, muscles, etc. The vital being with its sensations, emotions, and feelings, and the mental part with its thoughts, memories, reasoning power, beliefs, etc. Somewhere between emotions and thought processing lie attitudes, one's emotional perceptions about oneself, others, and life itself. There are three components of attitude. The first one, cognitive component. Second, affective component. Third, behavioral component. Cognitive component. It refers to that part of attitude which is related in general know-how of a person. For example, if a person says that smoking is injurious to health, such type of idea of a person is called cognitive component of attitude. Affective component. This part of attitude is related to the statement which affects another person. For example, if in an organization a personal report is given to the manager, the report indicates that production staff is not performing well and not taking their duties as responsible. The general manager forwards a written notice to production manager to find out the cause of above said. The third one, behavioral component. The behavioral component refers to that part of attitude which reflects the intention of a person in short run or in long run. For example, the development of a new product, a report is prepared by the production department, which consists of their intention in near future and long run, and this report is handed over to top management for the decision. Now let's look at the types of attitude. Attitude is a way of thinking. People are often identified as having positive or negative, right or wrong, good or bad, optimistic or pessimistic mindset. Attitudes generally express positively and negatively. For example, when a person is having good feelings towards his or her work or co-worker, his or her attitude is positive. When he or she feels reluctant to do certain things that are necessary or show hostility towards certain individuals, then his or her attitude is negative. First one, positive attitude. A positive attitude means having an optimistic outlook. One responds constructively to stress and be able to deal with problems effectively. People having positive attitude see the glass as half full instead of seeing it as half empty. A person's attitude influences his social status, finances, health, the way he challenges obstacles, and the kind of people they attract to their life. A positive attitude is important to people's social status, health, work, the way they challenge obstacles, and the kind of people they attract to their life. A positive attitude will bring more positive opportunities into life. It attracts successful people who share the same goals. A positive attitude helps the body to heal faster from illness. A positive attitude helps in getting a job. This is psychological. Second, negative attitude. Negative attitude comes from thinking negative thoughts over and over until they have become a part of person's subconscious. One may not even realize that he is having a negative attitude because it's been with him or her for so long. A person having a bad attitude expects failure and disaster. An example of a negative attitude towards life is being pessimistic, that things will never turn out well. These are destructive feelings and emotions that cannot help but worsen life's conditions. Now let's see what are the functions of attitude. Attitude serves 4 important functions. From the organization's viewpoint behavior, these are as follows. First, adjustment function. Second, go defensive function. Third, value expressive function. And the fourth, knowledge function. The first one, adjustment function. Here, attitudes often help people to adjust to their work environment. Well-treated employees tend to develop a positive attitude towards their job, management, and the organization in general, while being ill-treated, organizational members develop a negative attitude. In other words, attitudes help employees adjust to their environment and form a basis for future behavior. Second one, ego defensive function. Attitudes help people to retain their dignity and self-image. When a young faculty member who is full of fresh ideas and enthusiasm joins the organization, the older members might feel somewhat threatened by him, but they tend to disapprove his creative ideas as crazy and impractical and dismiss him altogether. Third, value expressive function. Attitude provides individuals with a basis for expressing their values. For example, a manager who values hard and sincere work will be more vocal against an employee who is having a very casual approach towards work. Fourth one, knowledge function. Attitudes provide standards and frames of reference that allow people to understand and perceive the world around him. If one has a strong negative attitude towards the management, whatever the management does, it can be perceived as something bad and as actually against them. Let's see what are the methods of changing attitude. Employees' attitudes can be changed, and sometimes it is in the best interest of management to try to do so. Some of the possible ways of changing attitudes are providing information. Attitude can be changed by providing relevant and adequate information to the person concerned. And the second one is use of fear. Attitudes can be changed using fear. People might resort to change their work their work habit for the fear of unpleasant consequences. And the third one, resolving discrepancies. Whenever people face a dilemma or conflicting situation, they feel confused in choosing a particular course of action. For example, when a person has to choose from between two alternative courses of action, it often becomes difficult for him to decide which is right for him. If someone helps him in pointing out the positive points in favor of the chosen course of action, this helps in resolving his dilemma. Fourth one, influence of friends and peers. A very effective way of changing one's attitude is through his or her friends and colleagues. Their opinion and recommendation for something often proves to be more important. Fifth one, co-opting. Co-opting is another method if there is need to change the attitude of somebody that belongs to a different group. This can be done by including that person in the group. Before I conclude, let's see the importance of attitude. Attitude plays an important part in a person's life. It is important to remember attitude is everything. Attitude, whether positive or negative, shows in persons' daily lives. Many people say attitude is more important than experience or education. They often use attitude as the tiebreaker between two equally qualified candidates. Person's attitude determines the state of world he or she live in. It is the foundation for every success and every failure one has had and will have. Attitude is important because attitude truly is everything. It drives virtually every decision one makes and how one lives each day of life. Attitude will shape a person's career. A great attitude will propel him forward, while a poor attitude will get him fired. It has been found that people who have a good attitude remain healthier than their counterparts. This is because an optimistic attitude helps in preventing sadness, depression, anger, stress, and anxiety, and this in turn helps in preventing various medical problems. So let's aim at maintaining a positive attitude towards everything. Thank you.